guys, in today's video I want to review 3 of natural toothpastes that have a lower impact than the traditional ones. So I've been trying all of the 3 toothpastes over the last year and I have to say they're working just fine. I still have teeth, so I didn't have like major problems and such things. So in that sense it works just fine. So I don't use like one in particular all the time because all of them have their own pros and cons. So that's why I wanted to do this video, because yeah, I want to show you how to use or / make them, and yeah, why are they good, why are they better than traditional toothpaste, and also the positive, negative aspects, and also why and when do I use them, because there are some deviations there. So I'm going to start like chronologically how I started to use them, which one after which. So 1 year ago, when I started to think about all that low impact, zero waste lifestyle, I first of all tried the DIY with coconut oil. So essentially it is coconut oil from the kitchen. I always use organic because I think it's better. Then you need baking soda. The best thing you can do to minimize packaging is of course having it from a zero waste shop. And then you also need xylitol, it's like natural sweetener. And the last thing you need is essential oil of your chosen flavor. I bought peppermint because I think this is the most natural taste for a toothpaste. So I can't really say what recipe I used. The first recipe I used was by Lauren Singer, but then I found some different ones and I also adjusted a little bit. So I think you can really play with it and adjust it to your own needs and to what suits you. So I think this is really great opportunity, yeah, to do what you want for the mixture. What I think is very important is that you can adjust it to your sensitivity of the gums, because baking soda is quite like aggressive and abrasive. So it's really important that you can really adjust this, because not every person really likes to have a lot of baking soda. So I think this is really important to also know how much your teeth and your gums are going to like. But if you're not so sure what is the best for you, you can also ask your dentist. Probably they will know more about this. So how you use it, you just take this mixture and you just put it on your toothbrush and you brush your teeth. So it can be somehow weird at the beginning because it's quite oily, as you can imagine, but when you have done this sometime, it doesn't really matter anymore. So now I want to go to the pros and the cons of this particular toothpaste. And the first one is that because this is a DIY, you have to reserve some time in your day or in your week or whenever you want to do this, because this is a DIY. You have to do this on your own at home. It can be a con, but for me it's really more like a positive aspect, because then you really know what you're putting into your toothpaste. So yeah, this has like 2 sides. There are people that don't like doing DIYs and people that do like. So I think this is like not a clear pro or con. So as I said before, you can also adapt the ingredients to your own liking, abrasiveness, and taste, whatever you really like. You can put every essential oil that is food grade. And here in Switzerland there is only one, but essentially you can just take every taste that you want. It can be anything. So I think this is really cool, and you can just really adapt to your own needs and what you really like. Another cool thing about this toothpaste is that all the ingredients are really only 4 ingredients, and all of them are natural and they have such great properties. First of all, coconut oil. It is naturally antibacterial, won't erode your enamel, it soothes inflammation, and it's not too expensive. For next thing, xylitol do raise the pH level of your mouth, which helps with fighting bacteria, and also it fights plaque and has some similar properties as coconut oil. Baking soda neutralizes the acid that is in your mouth, and this also reduces the buildup of bacteria in your mouth. It removes the plaque from your teeth. Another benefit of baking soda is also that it brightens and whitens your teeth. I will do another DIY video about this toothpaste with a comparison of the costs of this one and the traditional one. So if you're interested in this, stay tuned by subscribing. As a side note. Now going to the cons. So I think this is not really for everyone. When someone has like really sensitive gums and teeth, baking soda may be a little bit too abrasive, and I think putting too little baking soda is not as effective. So yeah, I think this is like a con for some people. So another con is that coconut melts really quickly, and in summer it can be really unpleasant to brush your teeth with because it's really liquid and you cannot really put it on your toothbrush. So the only option you have to put it in the fridge, and yeah, this was like a little bit annoying thing. So next thing I tried last year were Dent Tabs. I think this is like the brand name. So these are like really tabs, and yeah, you can buy it mostly in paper bags or in bulk. So yeah, just like a side note, I bought all of the products myself, so none of this is like sponsored. So it's also like a review that really comes from my experience and because somebody told me to say so. Going back to the Dent Tabs, it's like compressed toothpaste, I would say, into little tabs, and you use it in the way that you just take this little tab and you chew it into your mouth before brushing. The ones I used, they had a little bit of fluoride. There was still research about fluoride that is harmful to your brain, but it's mostly like when you swallow it, and so it's more like for children probably, but I still think fluoride is maybe not the best thing to do. For example, if you have to drink water right after this, after brushing your teeth. The ones I have, they have a little bit of fluoride, but you can find with or without. So this is like really cool that you can choose between fluoride or not. So next cool thing is that they don't take up a lot of space because it's quite compressed, and the thing is that they increase in volume in your mouth because of the saliva you have. So this is really cool because that's the other point. I think it's really nice for traveling because yeah, you don't have to take like a whole jar or a whole toothpaste with you when you go for several days, for example. Then you just have something that is really small and convenient, I think. So another pro is that you can, even if the tabs are like portioned, you can adapt it a little bit because you can take the whole or the half of it or something like that, and then you can just adjust it a little bit to your needs. So I think this is also really helpful. I've been using half of the tab very often, so this is really working. Then you also have like double of the tabs that you bought, so this is really cool. So another pro is that it resembles like traditional toothpaste quite a bit, and because it has like more volume than coconut oil. Also, you don't need to do a DIY, so you have more time for other things. As a con, I think they're relatively expensive, although I think they're really efficient. They're also not that easy to get, like you cannot go to your little town shop and find them probably, so you can find them at bigger supermarkets or as a zero waste shop as I did. But yeah, so the last toothpaste that I've tried was the natural toothpaste. Like I called all of them natural toothpaste, but this one is called by the brand Natural Toothpaste, and I had this one from Ben & Anna, and as I said, it's not sponsored. So this one is like really the same as traditional toothpaste. It has the same consistency, so it's really similar. It's just not in a tube. I actually wanted to try the powder because I thought they had like the powder of that, but it turned out it was the paste, so something went wrong, but I'm still using it, so it doesn't really matter. So anyway, it comes packaged in a little cardboard box with a little wooden spatula in a glass jar. So sadly I have to say, probably the lid is not recyclable, but I will come to that later. To use it, you just put the little spatula into the jar and you take a little amount and apply it on your toothbrush, and then you brush your teeth as you normally would. But the important thing that they say on the package is that you do not swallow it, probably because I have like the toothpaste with activated charcoal, so I think it's not really good to swallow it. Yeah, but in general I think you shouldn't swallow toothpaste. So I just realized that I used the spatula the wrong way around, but never mind. So in this toothpaste particular that I have, as I said, I have this one with activated charcoal. It says it has whitening properties, and then you have the more important ingredients like chamomile and sea buckthorn. They are for teeth protection, and then also it's with natural mint oil for the taste and freshness. So this toothpaste is also without fluoride. As I said, there are some controversies about fluoride, and there are also no other harmful ingredients. It's also vegan and it supports ocean cleaning. So moving on to the pros, an obvious one is that you don't have to do anything, and the taste and the texture is really familiar because it's really similar to the traditional ones. There are also several flavors, not too many, but there's still something you can choose from. I say they are rather pricey. It's like about $7 or $8 for one jar of 100 milliliters. So I think this is like double the price of a regular one that you get in a normal store. So this thing is a little bit of a negative side. But yeah, it's natural. Another con is that it's, when I'm talking about low impact and zero waste, this one is like the least one, I think, because it's still packaged. But I think the jar is quite nice, so you can reuse it for different things. And the other one is that it's a little bit less abrasive, and I think you have to take a little bit more of a toothpaste to really have clean teeth. The last con of this toothpaste is that I've only seen it on the internet, so if you want to go and buy quickly a toothpaste because you don't have any, so it's a little bit difficult. So now you know a lot about each of the toothpaste, so you probably want to know which one is the best. So I have let you down because I don't really know what the exact answer is to that question, unfortunately, but because I think all of them have really good sides and they have really good properties, each of them. And I also think it's not a bad idea to change your toothpaste from time to time. So I think for me, doing like a combo of all of this is the best solution. But I have to say that I will probably use the DIYs and the tabs more likely because they're more accessible for me than the natural toothpaste by Banana. So the other aspect is, when do I use them? Because there are some deviations about this. For example, as I said, I think the tabs are really great for when you go somewhere, when you go traveling. So yeah, I think this is something that I probably will always reserve some for traveling, but I also use them at home. So this is like both, because for example, compared to the paste is not that convenient to take with you. And also the coconut oil, as I said, it's really melty in the summer, so I probably will use it more likely in the winter. And natural toothpaste by Banana can be used the whole year through really well. There are also other possibilities, for example the powder that I mentioned before and I didn't get. And also I heard of some toothpaste blogs where you just take some with your toothbrush, but I haven't tried any of this, so I think it's really something that you have to find out for yourself, like what are your expectations and what do you want from each toothpaste, where and when do you want to use it and how do you want to use it. So on the bottom line, I really like the flexibility that I had with the different toothpaste that I use, because I can choose the one that fits into my day, into what I'm doing at the right time. I think I will continue having some opportunities at home, so I don't have to be stressed about, oh no, I'm going on vacation and I also only have like the big glass jar and things like that. So I think having the flexibility is really great, and you don't have to have like 1 kilogram of everything, but little amounts that you really can choose and yeah, have fun somehow. Well, I hope I could give you some insight into the different toothpaste options, and that you may be giving one or the other a try if you haven't already. And yeah, doing something good for the environment. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I will really like to see you in the next video. Hey guys.